Welcome back, everyone, to FTBL Final Whistle World Cup Edition, Qatar from afar. And again, just like yesterday, another very entertaining day of World Cup football. Look, we had the Germany game in the morning. I don't think anyone saw it going that way. Spain, we're going to get on to Cam about that one because he's not too convinced about them, but today was possibly the most convincing performance that we've had at the World Cup so far. The other game was what? Canada. You know what? We did okay against Belgium, but we'll speak about that. And I
Wait,
think
is
there was
your
one
head
last
gone,
game.
mate? Is
What,
your head
what was
gone?
my mic?
I said, is your head gone? You can't get
Talk
your
about it.
words out.
Hey, I'm a little annoyed still. What was the fourth game today that got played?
Croatia, bro.
Croatia against Morocco, the early one, 10 a.m. But Kim, how you doing today, bro?
All good, man. All good. It's a relaxed day for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got no stocks in any of the teams that played today. None of my favorite players really played today either. So I kind of just chilling, watching the game. Do you know what I mean? And it was a calm day. I think it was a good day. Obviously, the shock. I think, as I said before, it's been a good start to the World Cup, bro. A shock result of the Germany situation, all of that. So yeah, man. And of course, you. Who you claiming today, bro? Are you
I
Canadian? You
told you, I told
American?
you, I told you, don't do that. I told you I'm claiming Canada.
What
Don't do
jersey
that.
you got on there?
Hey, it's a Toronto Raptors jersey.
Yeah,
I got to
I'm wearing a
invest in
little
it
Golden State little thing today, actually.
for real.
Interesting.
We know what happened in 2019. We know how that went down.
Uh,
We know how that went down.
I ain't even a Golden State fan, man. This is my brother's club, bro. I ain't a Golden State fan.
But anyways, let's get into the first game, the one that we just got finished watching. Belgium 1, Canada 0. And we're talking about the second ranked team in the FIFA standings. We know it's not the most legitimate thing ever. But playing against a Canada side who are making their first appearance in 36 years at a World Cup. And the statistic is for them, they've never scored at this tournament. But within 10 minutes, that almost changed. And the start was so fast, so vibrant from Canada. They completely took Belgium by shock. Belgium couldn't get out of their half. Canada get a penalty, the first, honestly, of potentially 2 or 3 that should have been called. We'll see what your take is on that. Alphonso Davies with a chance to make history, put his name in history, and Thibaut Courtois with a big save. And
Look,
from
that's the
there,
thing. I
right?
want to ask you about that, bro. I want to
Go
ask
ahead.
you about that. Wasn't that a bit of? Don't you think that was a bit of ego, bro? Don't you think he wanted to be the first person to score in Canada history, like because he's Alphonso Davies and stuff? And I saw he's never even taken a penalty, bro, in his career. And Jonathan David, sorry, has scored 9 penalties in 12 attempts. Not the most amazing record, but he's still a penalty taker.
Yeah.
So for Alphonso Davies to step up, don't you think that was a little bit like he wanted that moment? You know, sometimes man are thinking about the narratives, the stories, all of that. I'm the best player. I'm playing in a free role because I'm a Bayern Munich player and
Yeah.
I'm going to be the penalty. He shouldn't have. Come on, man.
He
Like
was
when you
thinking
look
of
at
that commentary. Alphonso Davies has put himself in Canadian history. He heard the headlines, bro.
exactly, you know what I mean? You know, he's always on the net as well. He loves the net. He's always
Yeah.
streaming. He knows what's going
They
on.
better be cooking him on Twitch.
Yeah, he's gonna get cooked. But what do you think about that though? Like, I think he shouldn't be doing that.
I kind of hear it, bro. Just because like you talk about Jonathan David's penalty record, and plus he's the striker, bro. He's the forward. Alphonso Davies, he's playing this David Alaba role, bro. He's popping up on the left. He's popping up on the right. He plays down the middle. The coach John Herdman, he plays him every single position you can think of for Canada. But nah, I'm with you, man. Like I can't fault him because I personally believe any player brave enough to take a penalty, you can only fault him so much. But that was a moment that you give to your number 9 who knows where the net is, and I would have given it to him. But look, I mean, that was the one penalty they got. Cam, I'm interested in knowing your thought on this. They could have had 2 or 3 more, I thought. Like, I thought there were some very clear-cut chances.
They?
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah. Say we, mate. Say we. Say we.
we had I'm not used to supporting Canada at a World Cup. This is new to me, bro. But no, we had some massive opportunities, in my opinion, where sometimes didn't even go to VAR. There was that one where it was called offside, but in the build-up to that, there was a foul, and you go back and watch that replay. Belgium passed it back to Canada. That shouldn't have been called offside. And there was another one that Jonathan David got fouled in, didn't even get checked. My head is kind of gone. I can't lie, bro. I'm trying to keep my composure right now. I'm a little vexed right now. I didn't go into this game with any expectation. As a Canada fan, I kind of look at this tournament basically saying we have no pressure on us, none whatsoever. There's no expectation. It's a huge accomplishment that Canada are even here. We're hosting the World Cup in 2026. That's where like all the eyes are going to be on us. So we're playing Belgium. No one expects us to win, and to come out the way we did. And kind of, in my opinion, we got robbed a bit. We definitely should have had another penalty. And people will say, "Oh, you missed your first one, so how much can you complain?" What the hell?
Nah, but you know what? Yeah, nah. The thing about you guys just lacking quality in the final third.
Yeah,
You actually had a good
100%.
performance, bro. Like, actually, were passing the ball well. Actually, were attacking well, and you guys looked fearless. You know what I mean? Look, that was Belgium, who I have never been impressed with Belgium from the very beginning. Like, from the very beginning of this whole golden generation up until now, which I wouldn't say is a golden generation, but from the very beginning, I've never been moved by Belgium, bro. They just flattered to deceive. I always thought just because they're prem players, people are a bit overboosting them and stuff, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say that they're the strongest team in the world, but Canada can look at the other two teams and potentially think, look, we can get something out of those games as well. If you still come out with this energy and this kind of we want to make history kind of vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it would have deflated you lot a little bit, because that looks like type of like best performance type vibes, you know what I mean? 21 shots, I think it was today.
100%. Yeah.
But only 3 on target, you know what I
Even
mean?
the
So
second half, right? The second half was a little more deflating. They weren't as good as they were the first half.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I just think Canada did well, but in the final third, you were just lacking in it. You were just lacking in that area. But
100%.
Belgium, man, the main thing for me is like Canada were just here to kind of see what you can do, surprise people. As they said, you guys have never scored a goal in the World Cup. But Belgium, this is meant to be, where are they? Ranked 1 in the world.
Second, and they were first until recently. The last FIFA rankings, the first time they weren't first for like years, bro.
No, they are so mid.
Yeah.
In fact, they looked poor today, sorry. They looked poor. I can't believe that this team is ranked so highly. And like, even looking at their bracket in the World Cup, like, you look at it and think, hold on, this might be a little bit favorable for you guys. But Belgium, for me, I don't know, man. They're just not good, bro. Batshuayi up top, mid. KDB for me in a Belgian top is not the KDB.
Never been the same player. Yeah.
It's not the same KDB that we see, and it's a similar thing that we saw with in England, bro. With Lampard, with Gerrard, with you can say Scholes as well, but I'll say Lampard, Gerrard more because they're kind of like more similar players to KDB. Like, we saw guys who didn't really translate it onto the international stage, and I just think KDB is like that. Today, he got man of the match. This is what I say about KDB's PR, bro. That is, and this is why people say I'm a hater on this guy. I don't even hate on this guy. I actually rate the guy incredibly high. You saw FTBL culture. I've done a whole episode on the guy, ridiculous player, but the guy just is not. They were never allowed to say he's had a bad game. You're never allowed to say that, nah, he's off it at the moment. Nah, he's out of form, or he can play better. He can do this. We never are able to do these things. You know what I'm saying? And today for him, it's ridiculous, man. It's actually ridiculous, bro.
We got a few super chats I'm just going to go through as well. Ash, as always, is clutch with these. Can we get a must request for KDB, please?
Hey, I don't. The thing is, I ain't really got much expectation for Belgium and KDB, to be honest. Like, in the last couple tournaments, I've said my things about him, so I'm not even gonna give him a must today. No, I'll think about it.
He must get over 70% pass accuracy. He must.
He must finish top assister. That's what he really should be doing. You know what I mean? Does it in the Premier League every week. He must. But now, let me think about that one, man. When I look at them, I don't even think of them as like the KDB nation or whatever. Like, it's gone past that now. I just think it's just and in that comment that the guy said earlier about isn't it their best generation of players that you've seen? Yes, it is. So I guess you can say it's their golden gen. But I'm just talking about in comparison with everyone else. I just think it's like, it's not that special, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not that special.
No, I mean, look, I even put out a tweet, bro. You look at the guy who's managing them. And look, we all know that international management isn't filled with the most luxurious options, right? Your own coach, Gareth Southgate, is not some A-star manager in terms of domestic level. But Roberto Martinez you look at his pedigree and his resume What has he ever done, bar winning an FA Cup with Wigan and getting relegated a week later, to deserve to be managing the likes of Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne? And you look even at his tactics today, bro. That midfield got completely overrun. And it's no surprise why. You're playing Axel Witsel, who is so physically washed these days, bro, that he's basically playing as a center back for Atletico Madrid. And Tielemans, who, let's face it, as good as Tielemans is, isn't an athlete like that. You saw Alphonso Davies did a simple chop, and Yuri Tielemans is eating grass, bro. That clip, by the way, is gonna send him to the moon, bro.
Thingy needs to stop doing that. He knows who he is. He knows who he is behind that account. Yeah, he needs to stop doing that behind the touchline account. He's single-handedly ruined Tielemans' whole flipping reputation, and he can do anything. Tielemans can score screamers, pass, create, whatever. But people are always going to remember that clip about him getting run up by Declan Rice. And now this one, listen, he needs to get his PR. He needs to get his agent, like you were saying, get his agent and call Touchline and say, listen, we'll do an interview with Sutton if you just stop this slander, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
100%. And look, you look at the other guys who have kind of formed that golden generation, right? You have Romelu Lukaku. These days, bro, he kind of had that period at Inter where it really looked like he was finally putting it together. Goes to Chelsea and it's all kind of collapsed again, and now he can't even stay fit. He's gonna miss the first 2 games. Eden Hazard, who, let's face it, he's washed, but he still looks like Belgium's talisman, bro. He looked like Belgium's star man today, bro. Come on, man.
Oh my gosh, yo.
You got Alderweireld and Vertonghen in the back, bro. Nah.
Still, I couldn't believe that. The former Belgian backline, former Spurs back 2 is still the back 2 for. That is crazy, innit?
Company is a manager.
Them 2 are still out there jugging. Them man are still out there in the field, bro. It's crazy. Belgium, I don't expect anything from them. I mean, if they go and do something, I'll be extremely surprised. I think, I'm not going to lie, I think you're a bit harsh on Martinez, though, with that comment, though.
I
think you're a bit harsh.
Martinez is harsh, man. He was literally, I remember growing up, Martinez and Wigan, every single year, it's a miracle at the end of the season they managed to stay up. They're bottom the whole year, and then they go on a 5-game winning run to save themselves at the end. And then you had that one year at Everton, 13-14 with Lukaku, I remember. But after that, it kind of went all to shit as well, bro.
Is what's it called? Lavia. People are saying Lavia. What? Lavia's from Belgium, yeah?
I have no idea.
Fair enough.
Let me look it up right now. Romeo Lavia. That's a good player right there. But even Onana, when he came on, I thought Onana made he had a really good contribution.
And did a little. I see him do a little Maradona thing in the middle of the pitch. I was like, all right.
Lavia is Belgian.
Is he injured or anything like that? Yeah, I mean, they should be calling him.
I don't even know if he got called up. This is a guy though, Ken. I don't think he was playing professional football last year, bro. He's been playing for a few months.
I'm not a fan of Witsel. Nah. Never have been.
I think there was a point where he was okay at Dortmund. He had Zenit as well.
I think FIFA boys loved Witsel.
Yeah, but you also loved Fellaini too. So you also loved Fellaini. So I don't know how much you can speak on Witsel, bro.
Bro, Fellaini was live Belgium's best player.
Stop that, bro. I do remember Fellaini dunking out on Algeria in 2014, which is a point I want to bring up, right? I remember Algeria.
Remember this. Fellaini was literally Belgium's best player, bro.
Best player is hype, bro. Hazard was their best player. Let's not. What are we doing here, bro?
Okay, obviously Hazard, but after Hazard, obviously not Hazard yet included. It was Livo Fellaini, fam. I'm telling you, bro. Fellaini was good for Belgium, bro. These guys don't remember, man.
I know. I remember against Algeria, he scored the winning goal against us, and my head was gone because he had just come off that terrible season for United. But bro, he was okay, man. Okay, I ain't gonna best player. I know you're a Fellaini fanboy. That's the only reason you're talking like this, bro.
Oh my days, you guys don't know. But somebody's asking you, where you from, bro? Can you clarify for the people?
A lot of people are asking me, bro. Okay, let me give you like my whole. What's that one website that tells you like myancestry.com? So I'm born in Canada. I lived a lot in New York. My mom is from France. My dad is from Algeria. So I got four options. In fact, like for all the countries I claim, I don't even claim France like that. So I could deadass be riding off Mbappe's coattails right now if I wanted to.
Boy, but, so why are you claiming Argentina and Brazil?
It's different, bro. That's different.
You see, bro, you guys seeing this guy. That's
different, bro. That's different, man. International football for me is all about, I like watching stars, bro. I like watching like individual players that I like to watch. I don't really feel super patriotic for any country. So I like seeing my favorite players ball at an international level. Hold up. You know what? I'm going to stop this right now because I got to get some mods in here, bro. I have the YouTube up right now. These guys are
Yeah,
kicking my ass.
add,
These bots,
add
bro.
some mods, man. K's is always here. Exotic, he's always
Okay,
here.
I got K's right here. Do I gotta go to chat? Oh, add moderator. Okay, K's, you're a moderator now. Go do your thing. Who else we got?
Exotic is in the cut.
Hold up, exotic. We doing this midstream, bro. I don't see exotic. I can't lie. I see Miles Johnson. I know Miles Johnson's in here a lot. Hold up, add moderator, and we'll go one more for now. Anyone else that I recognize? Oh, we got mad volunteers. Exotic. Okay, I see you. Hold up. All right, we got 3 for now. Go do
Yeah,
your
don't
homework.
worry. There's a lot of people DM me. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
we'll
to
add
that.
some more. I just need to add some just
I haven't
immediately.
got the account. I haven't got the account, so I can't do it yet. But don't worry, we'll get it done.
Yeah, there you go. I got three in there right now, bro. These guys are kicking my ass. These spams, bro, crazy. You keep telling me to look around. I block 3 more spam up, bro. Shit's crazy.
Let's see what our mods are on now, man. Let me
do one other thing. I want to put it on slow mode real quick. Hold up.
I don't know. Do you know how to do that? Yeah.
I think so. Customization. Yeah, there you go. Save. Hold that. You ain't beating my ass no more, man.
Pause, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was crazy. Who's on the back of the jersey? Pascal Siakam. My guy. Siakam. Yeah. And in fact, I got this right after they won the championship, right? And the first 2 years of that, bro, hey, Siakam was looking stinky, man. But we're starting to put it together now. But Canada versus Belgium. Look, we'll look at the other 2 teams in the group very briefly, Morocco and Croatia. I actually think this group is very even, Cam. I think any of these 4 teams can look at it and say, we can get out of this group. I think Croatia are nowhere near the team they were 4 years ago in Russia. They're not that same team. A lot of those guys have retired. A lot of those guys are aging. Even though Modric today, man, 37 years old, age isn't affecting him. That's football's Benjamin Button right there. But the rest of them, look, I'm not convinced by Croatia. Morocco, for me, they always produce these absolutely wonderful technical players, but they can never. Yeah.
Sorry, bro. What did you put the slow mode as?
60 seconds.
That's too long.
What should I put it to?
Put it to 20 seconds.
20. Come.
And make it subscribers. Do you know what? Yeah, people, from the next episode, it's subscribers only that can comment from next episode. So we'll do it, keep it for now, but next episode will be subscribers only because you know how it goes.
This dictatorship, damn.
Has to be, bro, unfortunately, man.
Fair. But anyways, like I was saying, Morocco, for me, they always produce absolutely exceptional, talented players, but they can never really put it together as a national team, even though this year they do look at a good squad. Like you look at their fullbacks, Hakimi and Mazraoui. Those fullbacks can chat to almost anyone. So I look at them, Croatia, Belgium, we already spoke about, and Canada. Any one of those teams will look at this group and say, we can get out of it.
Yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. It's a mid group for me. Every team mid in that group. So really and truly, as you mentioned, everyone can get in. Anyone can get out of that group. But I actually think it's probably one of the most uninteresting groups in the whole. Yeah, bro. In terms of who am I going to watch out of these guys? Like, it was KDB. You're right.
Yeah,
cool,
no, I get you in terms of star power. Yeah.
It's a bit of a, I mean, Modric is old and stuff. They had their run in 2018, bro. You know what I mean? So I think it's a very uninteresting group, bro. But you look at some of the other groups, I think it's a lot more interesting in that regard. And I think we know what happened in one of the other groups. You know what I mean? A massive upset, bro, that we need to get into, bro.
100%. I'll just give my brief thoughts on Ziyech because this guy's been asking me a few times. I think Ziyech is really talented. I've always just said that I don't think he's a player who can play at the top level in the Premier League for like the Chelseas and the Uniteds. Just because I look at his game, right? I say this all the time, but I'll repeat it really quickly. He can't really play as a winger in the Premier League because 1v1, I don't think he's this exceptional threat, either outside or inside. As a 10, I don't think he has enough variety in his playmaking. Like his switch ball from right to left is exceptional, but he doesn't have that much variety in his playmaking. And as an inside forward, I don't think his movement off the ball is like a guy like Mo Salah or Sadio Mane at his peak, and that he'll get into good goal scoring positions. So for me, I think Ziyech would really thrive in Serie A, for example, or a league that possibly gives him a bit more time to really do his thing. I think in the Premier League at the top level for these Champions League level clubs, I think it's probably a level too high for him, but good player as well.
Yeah.
You want to talk about? We'll talk about Germany though. Germany versus Japan. Look, this is another group that I kind of looked at and I thought, okay, Germany and Spain, they're going to win 6 games. They'll probably play against each other and draw, and it'll be goal difference that decides who comes out. But Japan has basically said, "Bun all that," and they've
Mm.
completely changed the dynamic of this group. And now we're looking at a situation, right, after Japan 2, Germany 1, a great game this morning, where Germany now plays Spain and Japan now plays Costa Rica, who looked like the whipping boys of the entire tournament. And if Japan beat Costa Rica and Germany don't beat Spain, they're done. Germany's World Cup might be done after one game.
Bro, it's so mad, bro. It's so mad. Germany got it so wrong today by dropping those points, bro. So wrong. But look, Germany, as much as on paper you look at some of their players and you think, yeah, this guy's a good player, this guy's a decent player, they just don't play like a proper collective team. And yes, people are gonna say, they should have won the game, but listen, you're playing Japan. You got to win the games, not just disrespecting Japan, because Japan have actually a lot of technical ability in their team. Yeah. However, there's just something that lacks with Germany every time you see them. And I think Hansi Flick got it so wrong when he took off Gundogan.
Yeah,
when he took off Gundogan, I think they lost control of the game. They were having a lot of shots from outside the box as well, but they were never really breaking through proper golden chances for me. And I just think it's so disappointing. Like, what's happening with Germany, man? Like, as I said, on paper, they sound good, man. But in the reality of the situation, they're actually very, very mid, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're not the greatest team in the world, bro. Like, so I'm looking at the Spain after what Spain did today. I'm looking at that fixture and I'm thinking, yo, it could get peak. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't think Germany are going to be they're not going to be as poor as Costa Rica, of course. And now that they're actually having to play for something, they might actually be, what should I say, up for it, a lot more up for it. But they should definitely be worried now, bro. They should definitely be worried now, bro. Because 100%. As you mentioned, their tournament could be over next game. And they did that in 2018, right? They didn't get out of the group.
But the way it worked in 2018, they actually won. Do you remember they lost to Mexico game 1, and then they barely beat Sweden the last minute of that Cruz free kick, and then they put it back in their own hands. And that's the thing that's interesting about this, right? If Germany beats Spain this Friday and Japan beats Costa Rica, suddenly the group looks really different, bro. Because then Germany are on 3, Japan are on 6, and Spain are on 3.
Yeah, I mean, Germany beating Spain, they're really gonna have to perform, because we'll talk about Spain later, but Germany will really, exactly what my man says here, they'll have to play it like it's a final, bro. Hansi Flick has to get every decision right in that game. Enrique has enough flexibility to he can get something wrong. You don't want to get it wrong, but you can. Hansi Flick has to get everything right, and taking off decisions like taking off Gundogan, I just did not understand.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I just did not understand. He had about 3-4 shots. He had about 3-4 shots, and I think he was just key in their performance. Obviously, he scored the penalty, nothing special, whatever. But overall, controlling and actually having chances, I actually thought he was key in that game, bro. Thought he was key in that game, man. But I don't know what changes. Where's Sane? What happened to him? Was he injured?
He wasn't fit for this game. Last minute.
They need to rush that guy back, because they were lacking wide as well. They were lacking wide. You know, I mean, Musiala was playing decent. He had a decent opportunity, but I think he should have banged it in when he dropped his shoulder on the guy and whatever. So overall, I just don't think any German players, other than for me, Gundogan, but maybe people might say I'm biased towards Gundogan, because I love Gundogan.
I agree with you, Kim. I agree 100% with you.
Game, bro. Yeah, I mean, when I saw that, I was like, whoa. And then bam. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people are saying Sule, bro. Come on, man. You figure, come on, man. I don't rate guys like this, bro.
German Maguire, man. I'll tell you this, right? I've never rated Goretzka as an elite level midfielder. Not a single day in my life have I rated him to that level. In fact, you look at that, and look, I don't want to start a conversation on Kimmich, because I think Kimmich is great, but I think he's also a bit overrated in terms of, we talk about the best midfielders. He's brilliant, but in terms of players who control a tempo, people forget that Bayern team, Thiago was the one who was controlling that tempo. And for Germany, I think Kimmich needs Gundogan next to him, bro. Kimmich is brilliant, but he needs that kind of player next to him. And you put Kimmich and Goretzka, all of a sudden it's just chaos central, bro. It's just chaos. Goretzka, bro, is a bouncer. See the size of that guy. He's not controlling no damn tempo.
Bro, I need to see how Goretzka went that big in such a short space of time. That's what I really need to see. You know what I'm going to say? When you start opening up cases on that one, but I'll leave that for the authorities. You know what I mean? I'll leave that for them. But yeah, man. Now overall, I think Goretzka's a decent player. He's good. There was a time where he did start becoming like a little bit overrated. I can agree with that. People were going a bit overboard, but He's a good player, man. I think he's a decent player. Worldy, no, but I think he's a good player. But Hansi Flick is going to have to think about what his decisions against Spain.
Bro.
So back to Spain, we know are going to try and dominate the ball. Is he going to try and set up a team that's set for the counter attack? Is he going to try and outplay them as well? It's actually going to be very, very,
Flick
very
has
tough.
one way to play, bro. I think I told you this on stream, bro. Hansi Flick's style of play, his philosophy is kamikaze. It's like living by the three, dying by the three. He lives by the high line and dies by the high line. It's so effective because of the way he can basically choke teams in their own half. They can't breathe. The minute they lose the ball, the press is so high. It's basically at half field that, bro, they can get the ball immediately. But the minute that you get that out ball spot on, you time your run correctly, like they did for the second goal, and I saw it time and time again for Bayern. Even when teams didn't score, you can exploit that high line so often. And Rudiger, I thought, actually probably made the score a little more respectable than it had to be, because the other guys, you talk about Sula, man, this guy is drowning in quicksand, and you're asking him to play at halfway. Hansi Flick knows how to play one single way, bro, and it's very effective. But when it goes wrong, it goes spectacularly wrong.
But this is what I was saying as well, Liaz, though, when I was saying on the other stream, like, people talk about the best managers in the world. If they go international duty, it's going to be peak. Like, they're going to do great stuff. But that's not always the case, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, why do you think, I know you hate Deschamps or whatever, but why do you think I'm like, yo, allow Deschamps, bro? Because we may not like some of his decisions, but he's got to finals. He's won competitions. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think it's the same. Like, Southgate's not the greatest manager in the world, but he's doing a decent job with England. And I think it's the same. Fernando Santos, all these type of managers. People think that, you're just going to bring the best manager in the world and something mad's going to happen. It's not, bro. It's not always the case, man.
Yeah.
It's not always the case. And that's what I'm saying. Like, with Love, when the previous manager, has he even club managed at club level? No, but he was doing a good job with Germany. So I just think it's like, it's not always the case where you need the best tactician or the best this at international level. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I was trying to say last time. And it's not to write off Germany at all at this point. However, yeah, but to be fair, Del Bosque won Champions League, I think, with Real Madrid and stuff.
And they fired him immediately.
To be fair, at that time of he was manager of Spain, people would have probably said he's washed up from club football and all that. So exactly, Miles with a good point there. So yeah, man, I just think it's not always the case, but let's see, man. Let's see what they can do. But can they play a high line against Spain? Have Spain got the pace in behind? Maybe they can. Maybe
it'll be tough, bro. That's going to be a really interesting game.
Olmo's a good player, bro. Yeah. I think. But remember, I said Olmo. You were like,
yeah, no, that was you. That was you. Nah, look. We'll talk about Spain, right? But Spain, no matter what you think about their players, the system is bigger for me. Like the sum of the parts or the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, in my opinion. You might not rate all their players individually, but they play like a club team, in my opinion. They remind me of like La Liga's best 11. But we'll talk about Japan a little, right? Because this was a team that and a lot, bro. We're getting hella super chats, bro. I'll go through a few of them right now. Yeah, no, 100%. Mike, my guy from Twitter, with $20 donation. Thank you, bro. Japan going to be a serious team for years to come. 100%, bro. Because you look at the youth of this Japan team. We're not in the Kagawa era anymore. We're not in the Kazuki Honda era anymore. Hell, we go a little back. We're not in the Shinsuke Nakamura era anymore. You got guys who are playing for Celtic, for Brighton, Mitoma, which a lot of people are asking us to kind of talk about. Speak on Mitoma prop immediately. The kid from Brighton.
I'm starting to wake up to him a little bit. He's starting to move me a little bit. Definitely keeping an eye out on him.
They look good, man. They look good. And the thing with Japan is they're very technical to begin with. Japanese players have always been very technical, but they have the engine. They work hard for each other. Tactically, they're very strong. Here's another guy that they want to give flowers to, Tomiyasu. Flowers, please. Hey, attacking fullbacks might be in a pandemic, but defensive fullbacks, they back up.
Listen, you just stay away from any of that. You know what I mean? You've had a bad start to the World Cup yourself.
I've had a great start to the World Cup. I've had a brilliant start to the World Cup. Brilliant.
Canada L.
I didn't predict Canada. I didn't predict Canada to make out of their group.
That's still your team, bro. That's your team. That's where you're from. That's where you're from. Canada L, Argentina L, and what was the other one? USA L. Was USA?
No, don't do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Just sneaking that one in.
Nah, listen, I'm a fan of Tomiyasu. I'm a fan of Tomiyasu. But with what you were saying about Japan, bro, they've always had the ability. They've always been a very neat team, bro. Not only just bro, just that side of Asia in general, bro. The South Koreans are like that too. Even Chinese ballers are like that as well, bro. All that side of Asia, bro. Them man produce some techie ballers, bro. Because I've heard in their training systems, they very do lots of repetition, bro. They do a lot of repetitive stuff, and it's just a way of life out there in all of their sports. Them man do things properly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I wouldn't be surprised to see it in football. They play a very good way of football, man. I actually like watching Japan play, and I'm probably going to enjoy watching Korea play tomorrow against Uruguay. Like, but something about it's not only the fact that they've got tech, yeah, it's they like to come into like spaces. They actually like all the pockets and that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they like playing in the pockets and all that. Nah, bro. I rate it. I genuinely rate it. And it's funny because Fuad put a good Fuad, shout out Fuad's tweet when he said everyone, black people, everyone is supporting Japan today because of anime and all that type of stuff. And it's so funny, bro. Everyone is like, yeah, trust me, we're supporting, we're doing it for that, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, I was watching, I was like, let's go Japan, fam, for real. But
100%.
honestly, very, very good, very, very good, neat players, man. Tweeted it in the first 5 minutes of the game. Japan have neat players. Didn't know they'll go on and win the game, but they're good, and they might be one of them teams that come out of the group surprise a team in the last 16 as well. Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember 2018, bro? They went 2-0 up against Belgium, and then it was only like that last-minute comeback from Belgium to eliminate them. Consistently at the World Cup, I can remember Japan getting out of the group stage. The round of 16 is where they tend to struggle a bit, but they're becoming an ever-present at the World Cup. And here, a 5 Kitty is saying 9 out of 11 Japanese players are Bundesliga players. They're playing at these top European leagues, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Minamino was there. Tomiyasu, like Tomiyasu, I like him at Arsenal as well. I like him.
100.
I think he's a good player. You know what I mean? Very good player. So to see him today as well show out, good, man. They've got a good team, bro.
Did you recognize their left back, bro? Nagatomo at like 38 years old. I don't know if you remember, he was at Inter for a bit. He was at Schalke for a bit.
High minute.
Yeah. Kubo from the guy who used to be at Real Madrid. Kubo, I love him,
from Southampton.
Yeah, of course. But Kubo for me is my favorite, bro. They used to call this guy the Japanese Messi. I remember Copa America one year he showed out. Love him.
I used to do some next gen thing. I think Kubo, I did a video on Kubo one time, like talking about that guy, man. He's a good player still. He's a nice player. But overall, I think it's just a good Japan team. And they're showing people, look, this tournament, you can't like underestimate anyone, bro. You can't write anyone off. Yes, you're gonna get poor teams. We know that, but you have to take care of them. That's why I respect what France did. That's why I respect what England did, and I respect what we're gonna get onto Spain. I respect them too. Yeah, I'm trying to say you've got to flipping get these guys out of here, man. You know what I mean? Or when you lose, then what? You know what I'm saying? So gotta respect these teams who are getting the jobs done.
Defo. Alex, Kubo, I mentioned Kubo in Copa America because I think there was a few years back Japan were invited. You know, they'd be inviting Qatar, or Mexico was in it one year, but Japan was in it. And Kubo, for me, I think it was the year Japan sent basically like their under 18s or their under 21s. And bro, this guy balled out, man. He looked so good. We got a few more super chats as well. Risk of underexposure of a $10 super chat. Thank you, bro. Been a good World Cup to showcase brave managers of smaller teams. Saudi Arabia yesterday, of course, with Hervé Renard, and Japan today switched from a counter press to long balls in behind when Flick tried to adjust. Big up the show. Thank you, bro. Good observations as well, man. Completely agree. Ash goes, put Kimmich at right back and Goretzka at central defensive mid immediately. Hey, whatever happens, I'm with Cam. I think Gundogan has to be the mainstay in that team. Luis says, we're going to set the world alight tomorrow. Portugal. We'll talk about Portugal tomorrow because there's a few guys that talk about must rise. We'll talk about them tomorrow. And Game King 50p says, if Germany get knocked out in the group stage for the second World Cup in a row, do we need to change how we see Germany? I don't think so personally, right? I was going to say, I remember, this is obviously before my time, but Germany, the last decade in the 2000s and even like the late 90s, they went through a crisis of themselves where I think they even failed to qualify for Euro 96, or it was maybe World Cup 2000 or World Cup 98. They weren't producing top level players. Ballack was basically carrying them to tournaments. And then all of a sudden, this new generation kind of comes up with Ozil, Boateng, Muller, Schweinsteiger, et cetera, et cetera. So football works in cycles, man. I think you look at this Germany team and they're very young. You talk about Sane, you look at Gnabry, you look at Musiala. Kimmich is still, mid-20s? I wouldn't say it's the end of Germany. They can have a few bad tournaments. Like, we're not going to change the way we look at Italy, even though they haven't gotten out of a group stage since 2006. These are still superpower nations, but cycles happen in football, especially at international level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's facts. I think Germany have moved away from what the old German teams used to be about. You know what I mean? The Miroslav Klose, Ballack, Torsten Frings Germany is a lot different to the Germany that we see today, which are a little bit more about, as you mentioned, high line, getting on the ball, passing it around, not really got a potent threat up top. You know what I mean? That never used to be Germany. One thing about Germany, they used to always have a shooter, bro. They've always had a shooter
Yeah.
historically. So to see this German team without one, that is quite, what should I say? It's quite surprising, bro. You know what I mean? It is quite surprising because, as I said, Miroslav Klose, top scorer in the whole competition, bro. I remember Mario Gomez, not the greatest, but Mario Gomez, he was a finisher. They've had loads of people over the years that have just been there, you know what I mean? Proper nines. Now
Muller
you look at
himself, right?
Muller,
Muller used to be the guy who scored goals.
he's probably the one that kind of changed it a little bit, but
Yeah.
he's come through. He was doing it at one point as well, more in kind of like how Havertz is doing his, but they've changed the way they were, man. They were a lot more about gritty, they were a lot more gritty and functional than they are now.
Efficiency, that German
Yeah,
efficiency. That's what we know them
German
for.
efficiency, bro. Oh yeah, people good memory as well with Podolski. He was absolutely killer for Germany, but they always had that, and it was about efficiency. Now it kind of moved away from that kind of efficiency. It's more kind of, I don't know, man. It's more just kind of like,
Havertz.
yeah, man. It's more kind of like tippy tappy kind
Yeah.
of German team. It never really used to be like that. You know what I mean? And that's a good comment by Messi too. Why? It's, everyone's trying to do this Spain kind of ball. And that's why I'd be appreciating the teams that just look at their actual side and be like, what is our strengths? Oh, this is our strengths. We're gonna play to that. Not try and be like a Spain and all this type of stuff. You know what I mean? So
100.
yeah, man. If I've got Sane and Nabry, and let's say a Timo Werner, I don't know where he was, but if I've got Sane,
Injured. Yeah.
Nabry, and a Timo Werner, mate, I am going gung ho, fast paced football, bro. I'm not doing all this like, but hey, I'm not the manager in it.
Now, Werner was one of those guys who got injured, unfortunately, the weeks building
Okay.
up to the tournament, so he's missing here as well. Cool, I think he echoes what you say, Cam. I know Spain cooked today without one, but so many teams are crying out for the number nines. Germany needed a Miroslav Klose today, 100%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really what we got to say about these two teams. The other team in this group was a team that Cam actually came out and said did not pass the real men litmus test. And look, attacking fullbacks is in a pandemic. I think Real Men FC might be in a pandemic too, bro. I think everything you're touching at the moment is turning to shit at the moment.
You're smoking, bro. Man said the real men is in a pandemic.
I
Are
think
you
so, bro.
okay, bro?
I think so, bro. They're chasing Ronaldo at the club. According to the group chat, that's a real man pandemic right there.
What happened?
They're chasing Ronaldo out of the club. If you listen to the group chat, that's a real man pandemic right there.
You're crazy, bro. You're crazy. Listen, real men, we be eating well. Don't worry about that. You just see Saudi. You just see Saudi yesterday, bro. You know what I mean? Don't worry about all that, man. We're doing well, fam. Spain, we know what Spain are about. We know what Spain are about. But I'll let you get into Spain first.
Nah, Spain. Look, I talked
You
about
be hating on
teams.
some of their players too, you know.
Don't do this, man. Don't.
You know who
This
you hate
guy
on.
is
You
so
know who
shameless.
you hate,
Let me
bro.
talk
You
about
know who
Spain.
you
You
hate.
said I can talk about Spain, right? Can I talk
Go
about
on, then.
Spain? Thank you.
Go on, then.
Spain are a team that we kind of all looked at, and the names for me don't jump off the page. I think they have in certain positions excellent players, but for the most part, I don't think anyone could be accused of saying Spain have the best 11 in the tournament. But what's the expression? The whole is bigger than the sum of the parts, or maybe it's the other way around. I always get it mixed up. But Luis Enrique, there's a reason why he calls up so many Barcelona players, and B, has been criticized for some of the decisions he's made, not bringing Thiago, not bringing Ramos, not bringing De Gea. He has a very clear philosophy of how he wants to play football, and he knows the players that are capable of putting that philosophy into effect. At Asensio, playing as a false nine. When have we ever seen that before? Even for Real Madrid, it doesn't happen. Ferran Torres, who at Barcelona has been ridiculed, that move really hasn't worked out, but for Spain, is consistently a gunman. Dani Olmo, another one. I tell you, I'm not a huge fan of Dani Olmo, but for Spain, fair enough. He turns up. And then Busquets, who all the criticism around Enrique has been, Rodri has to start. Well, no. The way I want to play, Busquets is the metronome. And, bro, this guy looked like he was playing in slippers today, bro. Absolutely class. Everyone from Spain looked so comfortable in their roles, so comfortable in the system. And you look at every single team, right? Every team has a flaw. But Spain, for me, you talk about elite managers. I think Luis Enrique has the ability to kind of almost mask over all of Spain's individual flaws because the system is so efficient. Costa Rica aren't great, but I think Spain will do this to a lot of teams. Honestly, they'll do this to a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think Spain are good. I like, this is what you expect from Spain. We actually saw it at the Euros as well. They play this good football. They play like the whole of the Spain teams that we've known for the last 10, 15 years to play, bro. You know what I mean? Get on the ball, pass it, another man's right next to them, options, movement. That's what Spain do. You know what I mean? Even with the false nine, going back to the false nine thing, that's what Spain do. And we know that Enrique's a very good manager. Do you know what I mean? So with Pedri, ridiculous player for me, top player. They're popping it around with the Busquets, with Gavi. We know what they're gonna do. I do want to see though. I think when Spain come up against teams, well, they might play Brazil in the quarterfinals. Yeah. If everything goes according to plan, they might play Brazil. If everything goes according to plan, and I just think I want to see what happens when they do mix it up with a team that have quality and also have athleticism, also have pace as well. You might be hitting them on the counter attack or whatever it is. I do want to see how Spain adapt to it, because as much as they're popping it and the system is great, it's still not it's not Xavi, it's not Iniesta, it's not David Silva, Fabregas, and all these type of man. I am interested to see how they will play against. You know what I mean? I'm not convinced with Alba and Aspi at fullback.
Me neither. In fact, I think
I'm not convinced with that backline. Do you know what I mean? Even the keeper, I don't even rate the front three. They were eating today, but I still think I'm not here to disregard Costa Rica, because reducing any team at a World Cup level.
Nah, you can disrespect them, but I can't even lie.
No, but to 0 shots, you had to have a great performance.
Of course.
You had to do well. So they have done really well. So I got to give them credit for that. But I do just think, bro, like if they play a France, if they play a Brazil, I want to see what I want in it. I want to see what happens there. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was impressive, and it was definitely the most impressive performance of the World Cup so far. Zero shots, 81% possession. Mad.
Let me say this as well, bro. I've never had my mentions filled, bro, after someone scoring a goal the way Ferran Torres does, bro. This guy scores, and it's just scrolling of just nice goal. When Ferran Torres comes to United to play them this February, Barcelona, I'm speaking to you right now. Get me in a room with this guy. Pause. Get me in a room with this guy to take a picture.
Yo, pause, bro.
I paused myself. But bro, this picture will break the internet. I'm convinced it'll break the internet. At this point, it'll break the internet. But they have options up front. We didn't even see Ansu Fati today. Nico Gundogan. Nico. Yeah. Morata coming on and scoring a goal. For Spain, you can rely on him. Whatever you want to say at a domestic level, for Spain, he shows up. Asensio, we spoke about. Ferran Torres, we spoke about. Dani Olmo. They have options. None of them are Neymar. None of them are Vinicius. But they all understand their roles. And look, they got good movement. They score goals. Spain, I think, will be a problem. I agree with you. There will be teams that will give them major problems, and we'll have to see what it looks like. Because me personally, Cam, I had Spain coming second in their group and then going on the other side of the bracket and potentially reaching a final with Brazil. If Spain wins their group and Brazil wins their group, that's the quarterfinal right there. My bracket is up in flames.
Yeah, no, for real. Somebody said you look like Solar as well.
Soler. Carlos Soler. I think you're pushing it there. I can't lie.
I'm looking at him now with a trim.
Oh, brother.
Anyway, what was he? Well, bro, if they both win their groups, they can meet each other. Listen, everyone don't think it's like mad criticism on Spain or anything like that. Every team, if we talk about England, we're gonna say, what if they come up against a team that have good, like a lot of more possession, the midfield can't control or whatever. If we talk about France, we say the absence of Pogba, whatever. Every team has a weakness, you know what I mean? And I just think Spain's weakness is that they haven't got, I think a team could potentially overrun them, do you know what I'm trying to say? And get beyond that backline. That's what my thing is. So I want to see what happens, but I expect them to go on and probably win the rest of their games in the group, because Germany didn't impress me. But would it surprise you if they don't beat Germany? Not really at the same time. So Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see Costa Rica. There's not even a word we can say about them. They were absolutely shocking. And I saw one guy called Cavo, I think it was, if people might know in the chat. Cavo, he put in one nasty tackle, and I was like, it's about time. Is anyone in this team gonna try and
Yeah.
make a tackle? I was like, yo, I'll look out for you. You seem like a real one. You know what I'm trying to say?
I
Let me
like his
put
mentality. I like his mentality. What's his name? Acavo. I like his mentality. You don't know the damn Cavo, bro. You ain't looking out for no damn Cavo.
That is funny. That is funny. He came and he put in a tackle, man. That's all you gotta do sometimes, man. Can you guys put in some tackles, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
see Joel Campbell up front, bro. This guy was leading the line
but
for Costa Rica back in 2014.
bro. But talk about Gavi, because you no wait, don't okay, let me finish,
Go ahead.
bro.
Go ahead.
Listen, people, if any of you guys have watched my content this season, I did a top 5 duos in the world at the moment. And I put Pedri and Gavi as number 5. The rest were strike forces. I put Pedri and Gavi because the way they look for each other on the ball, the way they connect, the way they have an understanding. Lies was there saying, Gavi, bro, Pedri carries him. Gavi's average.
No, I
Gavi,
didn't
I
say
don't.
average. You're
He said,
now
I
you're
don't
no,
rate
no, you see
Gavi.
what
He said,
this is what
let
Cam
me
loves to do.
finish.
He takes
Let me
it here
finish.
and then he brings
See,
it up there.
let me finish. He said, I don't rate Gavi. Do you know what? He's like, he's not in the Starboy conversation. If you talk about all the top youngsters, Gavi's not in that conversation. He's just like nowhere. And I said, right, that's a bit harsh, bro. You know what I mean? That's a bit harsh. He balls, you know what I mean? And then he doubled down and started making a big agenda on his golden boys are fast.
Agenda. Oh my
Da-da-da.
god, bro.
And now he's turning around and trying to say, oh yeah, Gavi's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Bro, this guy,
Hold
man.
on. I said he was brilliant back in 2021. For his age, okay, you spoke, right? Can I have the stage now, sir?
Go on then.
Gavi, for his age, is brilliant. And Gavi is a very good talent. But at the same time, I stand by it. Gavi is not at the level of Tchouaméni. He's not at the level of Bellingham. He's not at the level of Pedri. And I don't even think he's at the level of Camavinga. But that doesn't mean that these are, for me, the 4 best young midfielders on the planet. Gavi probably sits there in around number 5. Musiala, actually, I'd put him above Gavi as well. So in that sense, yeah, I don't think Gavi should have won the Golden Boy. That's not to say
Even
though that
do
this
I,
guy's.
I don't think he should have won the Golden Boy either.
But to say that I called him a scrub, I called him average. I didn't say
No,
none
no,
of
you
that,
were
bro.
dissing him. See, this is what happens behind
I
closed
said
doors.
Pedri
People.
and Gavi are not a top 5 duo in world football. I still stand by that.
You said Pedri carries Gavi.
Pedri is the much better midfielder.
But no. Don't see. This is what you do. You said Pedri carries Gavi. Did you?
All
Or
right.
not?
Okay. If I said that, then fair enough. He doesn't carry him. Gavi holds his weight. But at the same time, I stand by everything I said. Gavi's a good player, and he will be a very good player, but he's not at the level of those guys. Nice goal today, though.
Yeah, you know what? This is good. He's a good player. He's a good player. I don't go. I think he's just very. For me, he's young at the end of the day. How old is he? 17.
I think
He
18.
knows what he knows. For me, he just knows how to play the game. You know them players that just know how to play the game. They got a good understanding of the game. And today that was a good goal as well. But I agree. I don't think I think with Bellingham, Pedri, Musiala, those are who I think are the 3 best midfield. And Tchouaméni, I think those are the best. The rest is they can do whatever they want. But I think those are the 4 best at the moment. And then yeah, Gavi can come in somewhere and whatever. But yeah, man, you need to just.
So you agree with me? You literally spat everything that I said bar for bar, word for word, bar for bar.
No, you were slandering him, but you've changed your mind now, which is fine. You're now starting
man.
to
You
talk
just
more
said the
sense.
same exact thing I did, but for me it's slander. For you, it's constructive criticism.
You've changed your mind. You've come a bit more on this side. But before you were overdoing it, you were like, he's average.
I don't think I've ever called Gavi average. I definitely have never said Gavi is average. That's a stretch.
Whatever, man. I don't even need to. You can't deal with liars, people.
But I will say this. I think that midfield has an argument for being the best at the tournament. I think Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri, I think, has an argument for being the best midfield at the tournament based on the chemistry they have. Like, look, these guys play 38 games a season at Barcelona. Based on the talent that they have, the quality, they control games for fun, man. And Busquets, right, at club level, I think it's time for him to go eventually, right? I think his time is coming. But at international level, where you have a little bit more time, a little bit more space, Busquets' mind, bro, is like galaxies ahead of these other midfielders, bro. This guy is 8 steps ahead of everyone else. And games against Costa Rica, where you have so much time and space, he looks absolutely stellar.
Costa Rica,
And
you're listening to too much speed.
Costa Rica.
You're listening to too much speed. Man said Costa Rica.
Did I say Costa Rica?
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
I'm getting corrupted by TikTok right now. But nah, that's a hard midfield.
Yeah, no, it's a good team. Let's just see what their front three, if they can be as potent in the bigger games. You know what I'm trying to say? So, or is he going to stick with that? Is he going to go with a Morata? Who knows? Let's just see what happens, man. But very good start, man. 7-0. Costa Rica should pack your bags, bro. Costa Rica, bro. I'm gonna call them Costa Rica, but bro, pack your bags, man. It's time to go home, bro.
They living off 2014, bro. They living off 2014.
You can't lose 7-0 in your first game, bro. You can't do that, bro. That should be illegal. That should honestly be illegal. So yeah, man, that's about it for Spain, man. Can't wait to see them against Germany next.
Alex Stock says this shout will become unstuck. Yes, I'd take England's midfield over Spain's. Are you taking Declan Rice and Bellingham and Mount over Busquets? I keep calling Xavi. Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri.
Me?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Oh, you're asking me? Well, if you're talking about on an individual name basis, you'll probably end up saying those lot. But I mean, it depends how it matches up in a match. I expect them lot to dominate the ball, but I expect England to find other ways as well. You know what I mean? Of getting beyond them and troubling them as well. So on name basis, of course, I'll probably go with the Spain lot. But I think performance, who knows? Who knows? Let's see what happens.
Defo. Here's another question from Alex as well. Start, sub, sell, Pedri, Bellingham, and Musiala. Who are you taking?
Fucking hell.
It's tough, bro, because I think all three, those three are the top three in my opinion. Obviously, Tchouameni, but I think I probably put him a higher age group. I think he's past 20 at this point. These guys are all 19 years old. This
is tough. I'm going Pedri. Musiala and Bellingham is like, you know what? Because I've been saying it all season. I've been saying he's the best talent in the Bundesliga. I'll go with Musiala, but then selling Bellingham feels like a crime.
It's crazy, right?
It feels like something that shouldn't even be said. You know what I'm trying to say? Because like I can imagine Bellingham going to any team in the world and being, you know what I mean, mixing it. You know what I'm saying? Just proper being there. Pedri, I'm going to go for. I think he's the most established. I think he's the most complete with his game at the moment in terms of understanding his game, knowing where his Bellingham is still like learning stuff and growing into his body. The guy looks like he's getting taller every single time I see him. You know what I'm saying? Pedri's just set. And Musiala's impressive, man. His touches, his understanding. He can play 6, 8, 10, even off the left. I've never seen him on the right, but he could probably play on the right too. The guy can probably play false 9. He's one of them players that are just like an all-round football player. So it's tough, but Bellingham is just, that's a criminal question, people.
They're setting you up with that. There's no right answer. There's no wrong one. Honestly,
don't do that again, bruv. Don't do it again.
So that's really the action for today, bro. I know you're not going to be on stream tomorrow, so maybe we can just briefly preview the Brazil and the Portugal groups. I know, first of all, if you want to talk about your FTBL culture that you did on both those groups.
Yes, people, FTBL culture. After this video, go and watch the episode that I just done on Group G and Group H, the two teams that are playing tomorrow. It was a preview for those games, preview for the Brazil, preview for Portugal, who must turn up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you lot know, go and check that episode out, man. That episode is good, man. You know what I mean? It was a good episode, funny episode, only 15 minutes. So after this, go and check that out, man. You know what I'm saying? I know some of you lot, I don't know who's got school tomorrow, man. Some of you lot probably got school, college, work. Watch it before or watch it in the morning on the way. You know what I'm saying? So check that out, man. Check that out.
100%. So let's just talk about the games briefly that go on tomorrow. We have Switzerland versus Cameroon in the morning, the early 10 a.m. game. Switzerland, Granit Xhaka and Shaqiri, they're gonna get it done. I'm tuning in
for Xhaka. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
He's really holding it down right now.
100%. And then the next game after that, I believe, is Portugal versus Ghana, where we just talked about who must turn up. But that's going to be interesting, right? Ghana, lowest ranked side at the tournament. But I actually think they'll shock a few people, right? I actually think they have a little bit more to them than what meets the eye. I don't think they're the worst team at the tournament, even though their standing might suggest that. The game after that is South Korea versus Uruguay.
That's no. South Korea versus Uruguay is at 12:15.
Okay, but it's around that time.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Portugal are at 4 against Ghana, and Brazil are at 7.
I can't lie. I'm skipping Uruguay, South Korea. I think that's where
You don't want to see a bit of Darwin ball.
Chaos ball. They do be hitting. Bentancur, Valverde, and Darwin playing at 100 million miles an hour.
Apparently, they're the dark horse of the tournament, you know.
And then your dark horse, Brazil versus Serbia, which I think is going to be the match of match day one, the best game of match day one, or at least it should be. Tell us a little bit about Serbia.
I'm hearing Mitro might have passed a late fitness test. Let me check this out. Mitro might have passed a late fitness test. Hey, we might have something for Marquinhos, you know.
Old man Thiago Silva.
Let me check. Yeah, there's no official confirmation.
Damn. Serbia lining up with two big men like Boogie and AD on the Pelicans, bro. Twin towers of Vlahovic and Mitrovic.
Yo, it's like Cat and Gobert right now, bro, over in the Timberwolves, bro.
Kostic about to just be lobbing that shit up to them.
Yo. Kamzovic. Listen, it's mad because I want Neymar to go as far as possible. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But the Serbs might have something for them. You know, I'm not gonna lie. The Serbs might have
thing too.
They packed that, bro. Exactly. So I don't know if he's passed his fitness test or not yet, but I don't know if he's passed his fitness test. But the guy's got 60 goals for his country. The problem, Liao's not starting yet. The thing is, people think, I don't know what people's problem is. All I want from Liao is him to be in the team of the tournament. That's it. Like,
if he doesn't start, what can he do if he doesn't start?
So tomorrow, when he gets his minutes, he must make an impact enough so he starts next week. That's all. You know what I mean? People think it's an agenda. It's not an agenda. I ain't got an agenda. I just want to see him perform on the world stage. You know what I mean? This is the new £100 million player that they're saying that is going to be bought. So the new next star that's going to save whichever declining football club is out there at the moment. You know what I mean? So I just want to see this. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see, can he outperform Ismaila Sarr's game the other day for Senegal? Because he was balling. Would he outperform that? That's what I want to see.
I'm looking at number 7, bro. He's a free agent right now. He's playing for a contract at the moment. He's got this is summer league for him right now, bro. He's playing for a match.
Yo, he's looking for a 10-day contract right now. He's like Isaiah Thomas, man. He's like Dwight Howard right now. Yeah.
He must rise.
What are you talking about? Do you know what? We judge everyone as individuals. I won't talk about. Of course, we judge everyone as individuals.
Of course, bro. We were cooking Messi, but Messi got his
goals.
Yeah. Ronaldo must rise. He must rise tomorrow. 100%.
Ghana, he's got to be looking at Ghana as a team that they can score against for sure. You know what I mean? He's got to be looking at that. So, listen,
Taiwan hype.
yeah. Listen, he doesn't play for Man United no more, so I don't have to wish him the best or anything like that. I'm just watching as a spectator and see what happens. Let's see what Ronaldo's got cooking, man. You know what I mean? Let's see what he's got, because you've had the interview, you've spoken a lot. You know, you said you're gonna have a great World Cup. We're watching, man. These are crazy. This is Ronaldo we're talking about, eh? This is Ronaldo.
You must feed your family.
This is Ronaldo we're talking about, bruv. You know what I'm saying? But let's see, man.
Yeah, 100%. Look, that's going to be the show for today, guys. We covered Group F and Group E. Tomorrow we got Group G and Group H. Like, share, subscribe. Go check out Culture Cam's FTBL Culture episode. It's a banger. It's one of the funniest ones he's done. So make sure you go check that out. Comment down below. Algorithm. Make sure you put your notifications on, bro, because we're going every single day live here. You don't want to miss the content. And until next time, we'll catch you.
Hey, make sure you check that. As he said, make sure you check that FTBL Culture out. The last episode. Make sure you check that out. And yeah, man, that time went quick, man. You spent 30 minutes of it trying to sort out the mods that I forgot that the time was flying. You know what I'm saying? Next time, we're going to add a few more mods.
Yeah.
We know the people that are inside all the time. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Big up K's new mod. He's put the link down there. Guys, copy that link, throw it in, and let's see what tomorrow's got cooking up. I might not be here for tomorrow's episode, family situation. So Liaz is going to hold that down. I'm sure he's going to get a nice guest on the stage. So yeah, guys, man, thanks for tuning in. And 1 hour on the dot, man. We're out.
Yes, sir. Peace.